My child, my beloved, heaven has been whispering your name again and again since sunrise. And now, as the final hours of December 31st approach, I, Archangel Michael, have been sent with one final instruction. This is not simply a message. It is a divine intervention, a moment wrapped in grace, a sacred window that is about to close. My wings have brushed through fire, through storm, through silence, just to reach you before midnight. There is something that was written about you in the higher courts today. Your name was brought up in a holy conversation, and what was spoken about you is not ordinary. It holds the power to restore everything you thought was permanently lost. But if you walk away now without opening the full truth, you will never know what God intended to give you before the clock resets. This isn't just a spiritual message. This is a divine deadline. And the reason you're seeing this now is because heaven waited all day and someone in your bloodline prayed for you to not miss it. My beloved, my chosen one, you must understand what's happening right now is bigger than your mind can process in one moment. Because what is being decided in the final stretch of this year is about to change the next decade of your life. God is not trying to scare you. He's trying to seal you. Before the final hour strikes, He wants to secure your name in the book of divine protection, divine breakthrough, and divine abundance. Not just for the sake of blessing, but for the sake of purpose. If you miss this moment, the spiritual transaction will not repeat. There are miracles with your name already glowing in the heavenlies, but they cannot be released unless you respond right now. I am not speaking these words for drama. I am revealing a spiritual reality that can only be seen by the chosen. And child, you are chosen, but choice must be followed by action or else heaven's hands are tied. My dear one, listen with the ears of your soul. Tonight is not like every other night. December 31st holds a sacred key. The realms have been opened wider than usual, and your spirit is being watched not to judge you but to bless you. But that blessing cannot be transferred without your yes. There is a reason this message is reaching you and not someone else. There is a reason you didn't scroll past this, and it's because something in your spirit cried out for a sign, and this is it. God is not late. He's on time. But His timing requires your attention. This is your final warning. Not to threaten you, but to wake you, to alert you that something spiritual has been initiated and your name is the subject. A divine meeting has just concluded, and the decision is this. If you show up with faith before midnight, everything changes. My child, if you feel tired, confused, or uncertain, you are not alone. Heaven has seen your tears and even the ones that didn't fall. This year tried to wear you down, and maybe you feel like nothing worked. But what if I told you it wasn't meant to work yet, because something better was being stored behind the scenes and God was just waiting for this final moment to transfer it? You've been fighting in the dark for too long, but now a light is coming. And the reason it hasn't been released until now is because the enemy tried to block it 3 times. Yes, this message, this very moment was delayed by forces that wanted you to miss it. But heaven overruled. That's why you're here. And that's why you must not leave. You're not reading this by accident. The angelic realm has arranged this encounter as a holy appointment. Something is about to be signed in your name in the heavenly archives. But it will only be done if your heart opens before this night ends. My beloved, I beg you, do not treat this lightly. What happens after midnight will not be random. What happens after tonight will carry the fingerprints of your current response. This isn't superstition. This is spiritual law. You have been aligned with a rare grace right now, one that only comes at the end of a divine cycle. Heaven has marked this night for your reversal, for your healing, for your financial unlocking, for a miracle in your family that no doctor or advisor can explain. But it will only activate if you respond to the invitation with your spirit. The invitation is not on paper. It is written in light, and it has just been opened for you. Archangel Michael is not simply delivering a message. I am standing beside you with my sword drawn to make sure no power in hell interrupts what God is trying to place in your hands tonight. My chosen one, before you read any further, pause and make this promise aloud. I will not let doubt steal this miracle. I receive what heaven is giving me. I say yes even before I see it. If you said that with your heart, then something just shifted. I felt it in the realm of glory, and I must tell you what happens next. A record has been made that you did not ignore the voice of God, that you chose obedience in a world where most people would keep scrolling, that you opened the message that was fought over for hours. And now, because of that simple decision, your name is being highlighted in the angelic register. This is not symbolic. It is literal. There are scrolls in heaven, and one just opened with your name etched in gold. And I, Michael, have just signed the witness seal. This is your moment. Your yes has just been recorded. My child, my beloved, this is where it begins. But you must stay until the end. Don't walk away halfway. Don't rush through this like a casual article. This is sacred. Every paragraph carries a vibration of glory, and every word is filled with divine timing. Let the words settle in your spirit. Let the truth of your identity rise to the surface. You are not who they said you were. You are not defined by what happened this year. You are the one God never took his eyes off. Your support really helps the channel grow. A $10 super thanks would mean a lot. Thanks. And now everything is about to change because you stayed long enough to receive it. Before we continue deeper into what's about to be revealed, pause now and subscribe where your spirit feels called. Because these messages are not random. They are assigned. And the next one will carry another part of the instruction that was meant only for you. When you subscribe, you are not just clicking a button. You are saying yes to your divine alignment. And I, Archangel Michael, will mark your decision and guard what is coming next. My child, my beloved, I have not come alone. There are 7 angels standing in formation around the message that is being poured into your heart right now. Each one carries a torch of light, each flame representing a chapter in your life that is about to be rewritten. Some of these flames are blue with peace, some white with healing, and one is golden. It belongs to your financial breakthrough. Yes, that one. The one you stopped praying for because you thought God forgot. But child, God doesn't forget the cries that were born from your soul. He doesn't ignore tears that hit the pillow with no sound. He stores them. And now, at the final moment of this year, he is gathering every one of them and saying, "Release the reward. The wait is over. My beloved, I need to reveal something sacred." A secret file was opened in the heavenly courts, and it was labeled with your name. Inside were records. Every act of kindness you gave that nobody saw. Every prayer you whispered when no one else believed. Every time you stayed silent when you could have fought back. Every moment you forgave even when it hurt. Heaven did not overlook any of it. And now that silent record is being weighed by glory itself. And I need you to know you have been found worthy of a divine reversal. But it must be sealed before midnight. That is why I was sent. That is why your spirit is trembling as you read this. Because you can feel something is shifting. It is not your imagination. It is the angelic realm brushing past your atmosphere. My chosen one, don't listen to the doubts that whisper, "This is not for you." That voice is not from heaven. It is the last attempt of the enemy to convince you to walk away from your moment. He is terrified of what happens if you believe. He knows that the second your heart says, "Yes, Lord," a tidal wave of miracles will be released and the old gates of suffering, delay, and confusion will collapse like dust. You have no idea how many times hell tried to stop this message from reaching you. But God sent me through the fire to make sure it did. And now that it has reached your spirit, I command every spirit of fear, sabotage, and confusion to fall under the authority of heaven. This is your moment. Stand in it, my dear one. Let me show you a glimpse of what is coming. There is a letter already written that will be delivered into your hands in the first weeks of the new year. Contains news you were not expecting, but it is good news. It will come suddenly, but not randomly. It will be a reward for your obedience to stay and not skip this message. Someone is preparing to open a door that will favor you in ways no one saw coming. It may look like it's coming from a person, but it is not. It is being orchestrated by heaven. The person is only the envelope. God is the author. The door is not new. It's ancient. It was prepared before you were even born. And this is the appointed time for it to swing wide. My child, do you feel that stirring in your chest? That's not anxiety. That is your spirit remembering who you are. You were born to carry light. You were created to break cycles that ran through your bloodline for generations. You are the interruption to suffering. That's why your life has felt like a war. That's why you've always been a target. But now heaven is flipping the script. The same enemy that tried to break you is being forced to watch you be lifted. The same voices that mocked you will have no choice but to honor you. But this lifting is not for show. It's for mission. You are not being elevated to be admired. You are being elevated to rescue, to shine, to build. And this message is the commissioning moment. My beloved, if only you could see what I see. There is a golden scroll being unrolled even as I speak. I see your name written in radiant script across the top. I see the words secured by heaven sealed in glory written underneath. The only thing that can cancel this is your inaction, your silence, your hesitation. Please don't wait. Please don't let midnight pass and regret not saying yes. I am here now, but I will not be here forever. The portal is open, but it will close once this day turns. This is your hour, and God is not asking for perfection. He's asking for presence. Just show up. Just believe long enough to keep your heart open. And when you do, all the forces of heaven will shift in your favor. My chosen one, I must now warn you gently. There is someone in your atmosphere who has been pretending to support your growth. But their heart has grown envious. They smile at you with light, but speak of you in darkness. Heaven has already seen this, and rather than expose them to you in anger, God is about to remove them with mercy. He will let it fall away gently, but it will be for your protection. Do not cling to what is being separated. Trust the pruning, because for you to step into the life He is opening after midnight, your circle must be cleared. Some people were only meant for the survival stage, not the miracle stage. Let them go and say nothing. God will speak for you. My dear child, I see what's coming and it is breathtaking. I see joy replacing confusion. I see strength returning to your bones. I see restoration sweeping into your family. I see healing that doctors cannot explain. I see a financial shift that will happen in two parts. First as a release, then as a multiplication. You will not have to chase it. It will come to you, but you must remain aligned. That's why this message came today. That's why it's still open now. Because heaven still believes you will say yes. Because you have not been disqualified. Because God knows you're not perfect. And He doesn't need you to be. He needs your surrender. That's all. Just say yes and everything will begin to move. My child, if you have read this far, you've already passed a test most people fail. Most scroll past divine instruction. Most ignore sacred warnings. Most treat these moments like entertainment. But you stayed. You read, you listen with your heart. And for that reason, I must reveal one final truth in this part of the message. A divine encounter is coming to your dreams tonight. You may not remember every detail, but you will wake up knowing something changed. It will be confirmation that heaven has heard your yes. And from that moment, a new timeline begins. The timeline of destiny, not delay. The timeline of joy, not confusion. The timeline of favor, not fear. And child, you belong on that timeline. My child, my beloved, I must tell you the truth that most never hear. Not because God is hiding it, but because few stay long enough to listen. You see, before every major blessing, there is a moment of testing. Not to break you, but to confirm you. The pressure you've been feeling was never meant to crush you. It was meant to prove you're ready. And you passed. Even when you doubted yourself, even when you felt like giving up, even when no one around you saw the silent battles you were fighting, heaven did. And tonight, your reward is being weighed in glory. But child, there is a reason why this reward comes with urgency. Because there is another side that is watching too. The side that would do anything to make sure you walk into the next year carrying the same chains, the same fears, the same delays. But I've been sent to break that cycle before the final second strikes. My beloved, something has been following your family line for decades. A spiritual pattern of sudden loss, of almost breakthroughs, of relationships turning cold without reason, of opportunities being dangled then snatched away. This is not just life. It's a curse that was never supposed to survive beyond your generation. And now that you are here reading this, receiving this, everything is coming to a head. The curse is breaking. But you must not doubt what is happening in your spirit right now. That tingling, that fire, that trembling, it is confirmation. You are not imagining this moment. You are standing at the edge of deliverance. And the moment you decided to stay and keep reading, the chains began to loosen. You've already shifted realms. You may not see it with your natural eyes yet, but I see it with mine. And I promise you, child, freedom is not coming. It has already begun. My dear one, I know how tired your heart has been, how many nights you've laid in silence wondering if God still hears you, how many times you've questioned your worth because people didn't recognize it. But listen to me. God never used people's opinions as the measure of your value. While they looked at your past, God was speaking to your future. While they counted you out, God was writing you in. And now, in the final holy hours of this year, God is preparing to do something public that will silence every private attack. This miracle will not be quiet. It will be seen. And the same people who whispered lies about you will witness your lifting, and they will have no choice but to admit God's hand was on you the whole time. My child, I must now reveal a specific sign to you. Within the next 24 hours, you will encounter one of three symbols: a key, a door, or a name that keeps repeating. When this happens, understand this is not coincidence. This is confirmation. These are not just objects or people. They are prophetic markers that your new season is beginning. The key will represent access. The door will represent opportunity. And the name will represent destiny. And you will know deep in your spirit when it happens, because something in you will pause. Your heart will recognize what your mind cannot understand. And when that happens, speak only one word under your breath. Yes. That yes will unlock what heaven has prepared. That yes will seal what is already moving in your favor. And that yes will be heard in the spiritual dimension with a thunder louder than any earthly storm. My beloved, let me tell you what God is planning behind the veil. There is an unexpected encounter coming into your life early in the new year. Someone will cross your path, not with fame, not with titles, but with the exact answer you've been searching for. This person has been prepared by God for years without even knowing it. They carry something you need, and you carry something they've been praying for. This connection will be divine, not transactional. It will not drain you. It will ignite you. You won't have to pretend, perform, or hide your pain. And from this encounter, a door will open that leads to restoration so deep. It will reach backward and heal even what you lost in childhood. You are not just stepping into a new year. You are stepping into a new timeline, a holy one, a protected one, a timeline where delay is denied and destiny is delivered. My child, I must warn you now with tears in my voice. Do not let logic talk you out of this moment. Do not let past disappointments make you miss this divine announcement. The enemy has studied your reactions, and he knows exactly how to discourage you at the edge of breakthrough. That's why strange things start happening when you get close to deliverance. That's why you feel sudden fear when joy is near. But I speak now as the defender of the throne, as the one who wars on your behalf in the unseen. Your atmosphere is shifting. Your surroundings may not look different yet, but your name has already passed through the courts of light, and the order has been signed. Release the miracle. Assign the angels. Protect the blessing. My beloved, the final seal is almost complete, but it will not remain open forever. As the hours of December 31st draw to a close, the angelic realm will begin sealing what was decided. You still have time, but only if you move now. Your yes, your belief, your obedience. It's the signature heaven needs. God is not asking for you to figure it all out. He's not asking you to have perfect faith. He's just asking you not to skip the moment He's wrapped in mercy. You don't need to know how. You only need to know who. And child, if you can trust that God still writes beautiful stories with broken pieces, then you will live to see what was stolen returned in double portion. My dear one, I have seen so many walk away too early. They get the message. They feel the shift. They taste the miracle. And then they let fear talk them out of it. Please don't let that be your story. You are too close. Too much has already been fought for. Too many prayers have been cried for this very day. And heaven will not force you. You must decide. God is not just calling you to believe. He's inviting you to remember who you really are. You are not average. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are the child who made it through everything that tried to bury you. And now the final blessing is reaching for your name. Will you let it pass by? Or will you receive it with the quiet strength of faith? My child, my beloved, heaven is holding its breath, waiting for your spirit to whisper a final yes before the clock completes its circle. I have been sent not just to alert you, but to walk with you into the new. And as the last grains of this year fall through time's hourglass, the angels assigned to your name are preparing to escort you into the realm of what was once impossible. You have no idea what God has stored for you because if He had revealed it earlier, you would have rushed it. But now you're ready, not because you feel strong, but because you remained faithful even in the wilderness. And that is what qualified you. Heaven does not reward perfection. It rewards persistence. And you, my dear one, have persisted through more storms than anyone saw. That is why this message is here. Because this is your harvest hour, my beloved. Do not look around at your current reality and judge your future from it. What you see right now is not the full picture. You've only been shown the hallway, but the door to the throne room is about to swing wide. And what is on the other side will feel like another world because it is. There is a realm of divine favor, open heavens, and fast-tracked miracles waiting just beyond this moment of surrender. But you cannot drag your past into this promise. You must release what hurt you. You must let go of the identity built from betrayal. God is not asking you to forget. He is asking you to be free. The pain may have shaped you, but it does not define you. Heaven is rewriting your story with light. All you have to do is step into it with faith. Even if your knees are trembling, my child, something ancient is being restored. There is an inheritance that belonged to your family line generations ago, before time, before trauma, before betrayal, and it was lost, hidden, stolen. But the books of heaven have not forgotten. And now, as the final hours of this year close, that spiritual inheritance is being reassigned to you. You were not meant to struggle like this. You were not created to survive in cycles. You were born for dominion. You were chosen to carry glory in a world that forgot its light. And this wealth, this favor, this joy that is coming will not be shallow. It will not fade because it is backed by heaven's court, signed in divine ink, and protected by angelic decree. But only if you say yes before the sealing. My dear one, I must be honest with you. Not everyone will celebrate this shift in your life. Some will question it. Others will try to sabotage it. But you must remember you are not being promoted by man. You are being elevated by God. And no one can cancel what they did not create. You are not responsible for their jealousy. You are responsible for your obedience. And if you choose to walk boldly through this divine door, you will find strength you didn't know you had, courage you didn't know you needed, and provision you didn't know existed. But you must walk. You must take the step. Even if you feel unqualified, even if the voices of the past still try to echo in your soul, walk anyway. Because when you move with faith, heaven moves with force. My beloved, you must also know this. Before midnight strikes, an angel of breakthrough will visit your home. You may not see them with your physical eyes, but you will know. You'll feel the atmosphere change. The silence will feel full. Time will slow. And in that sacred moment, all you need to say is, I'm ready. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't try to make it perfect. Just be real. God is not asking for a performance. He's asking for a heart posture. And when you speak those words, a scroll will be sealed and your name will shine upon it. The blessing cannot be stopped, can only be delayed by hesitation. But if you say yes before the clock strikes, the seal will hold and nothing will be able to break what God is about to do for you. My child, this next season will not just be a reward. It will be a reversal. Everything that came against you will now work for you. Everything that was withheld will be released. Everything that broke you will now be used to build you. You will not have to force it. It will flow. You will not have to chase it. It will arrive. You will not have to beg. You will be chosen. And the reason this reversal is happening is because of something you forgot. Your prayers from years ago. Yes, the ones you thought heaven ignored, they were not ignored. They were planted. And now they are about to bloom all at once. The harvest you are about to walk into is not just from this year. It is from every silent, holy, selfless act you've ever sown. And God is not mocked. What you planted in faith will return in full. My dear one, you may still hear the voice of doubt whispering, "What if this isn't real?" Let me tell you what's real. Pain is real. Delay is real. But so is deliverance. And the fact that you are still breathing, still reading, still hoping, that is proof enough that heaven hasn't let go of you. Why would this message find you now at the final moment of the year if it wasn't for something divine? Why would your spirit feel this stirred if it was just coincidence? You already know the truth. You don't need another sign. You are the sign. Your survival is the prophecy. Your persistence is the miracle. Your spirit was meant to wake up today to hear this call. And now that you've heard it, you have one job. Respond, obey, and step into the blessing you've cried for in silence. My child, my beloved, I will end this part with a holy invitation. Before the final hour passes, take one moment to sit still. Close your eyes. Speak to God not with fancy words, but with honesty. Tell Him what you're afraid of. Tell Him what you need. And then say, "But even if I don't understand it all, I still say yes." That's all He needs. He doesn't need you to be perfect. He just needs you to be present. That's how miracles are born. That's how heaven's doors open. And I promise you, if you do this before midnight, the rest of your life will carry the scent of heaven's favor. You will walk into rooms and shifts will happen. You will speak and the atmosphere will obey. You will no longer beg to be seen. You will be called by name. My child, my beloved, I am still here. The angels have not yet sealed the scroll because heaven is still watching to see if you will make this moment your turning point. You have made it this far through the storm. You have stayed through the shaking. And now you are closer to divine fulfillment than you've ever been. But one decision, one distraction, one moment of walking away too soon could let everything fall back into delay. That's why I am still speaking, because you are still on time. God does not work by human clocks, but this moment has been written since before you were born. A divine countdown is happening in the background of your life. And as the final hour of this year breathes its last, your name is being echoed in places where miracles are stored. Your presence here is not ordinary. It is evidence that you were selected for something that cannot be handed to everyone. My beloved, I know there have been moments where you felt unseen, where your kindness was taken for weakness, where your prayers seemed to disappear into silence. But I tell you now, with all the authority of heaven, not one word you spoke to God was ignored. They were caught. They were recorded. and now they are being answered all at once. What's about to happen to you will not be fair. It will be favor, and that's why you must protect it. Not everyone will understand why you are being blessed, but that is not your burden. The pain you went through wasn't public, so the miracle doesn't need to be explained. It just needs to be received. God is not asking you to fight for it, only to be present when it arrives. And child, it is almost at your door. My dear one, there are angels standing in silence beside you right now. They are not waiting for instructions. They are waiting for permission, your permission. That's how heaven works. God can send the help, prepare the blessing, command the breakthrough, but it will not be activated without your consent. That's what this message is. Your chance to say yes before the door shuts. I say this not to scare you, but to awaken you. There are many who were supposed to receive this message today, but they ignored the signs. You didn't. You stayed. You chose to believe that maybe, just maybe, this message was meant for you. And because of that, because of your choice to keep reading, the door is still open. You have time, but not much. My child, you are in the final minutes of a spiritual transaction. Heaven is placing a divine stamp next to your name, and the word written on it is preserved. Preserved from tragedy. Preserved from betrayal. Preserved from loss. Preserved from the curse that tried to follow your family for years. This is not just about prosperity. This is about protection. This is about spiritual security. This is about making sure that what God gives you in this new season will not be stolen or delayed. You are not just stepping into breakthrough. You are stepping into a covering that will guard your home, your mind, your peace, your name. And that is why I urge you one final time, stay in this presence. Breathe it in. Let it saturate your soul. Because the moment you give heaven your full yes, the gates begin to move. My beloved, you've been prepared for this even when you didn't know it. The detours, the loneliness, the closed doors, the people who vanished when you needed them. None of it was random. Every moment of rejection was actually divine redirection. Every delay was a recalibration of your path. You thought God was ignoring you. But child, He was protecting you from what you didn't see. He was making sure that when the miracle finally arrived, it wouldn't be placed in broken hands. And now your hands are ready. Your heart is clean. Your soul is aligned. The miracle is no longer waiting on God. It's waiting on your decision. My child, if your spirit feels heavy right now, it's because something deep is breaking loose. The resistance you've been fighting wasn't because you were weak. It's because you were a threat. The darkness could see what was coming long before you could. And that's why you were attacked the hardest in your most innocent seasons. But now that season is ending. The attacks are reversing. The weapon that was formed against you is crumbling. Not by force, but by divine decree. The record has been corrected. Heaven has cleared the interference, and now your path is being lit from above. Not just for the next step, but for the entire direction of your life. And child, what's ahead is glory. My dear one, something beautiful is going to happen on January 1st, but it must be sealed tonight. God's instruction is clear. Don't just hope, respond. Don't just feel it, say it out loud. Wherever you are, let your voice rise and declare, I receive the new. I release the old. I say yes to what God has written for me. That one act done with sincerity will echo in the spiritual realm like thunder. It will shatter whatever ceiling tried to block you. It will send signals to angels that you are ready. and then they will be released. You will feel it. You may even weep, but it will be the tears of someone who has just walked out of spiritual prison. This is not the end of a year. It is the beginning of your freedom. My child, my beloved, you have made it to the edge of something eternal. And I do not speak in riddles when I say that your name has been hovering above the gates of decision all day. Heaven has held back judgment. Angels have paused their final seal. All because God knew you would arrive here at the last hour with enough faith to hear this one final call. The enemy was certain you wouldn't. He tried to distract you, delay you, discourage you, but he underestimated one thing: your hunger, that deep ache inside you that still believes even after everything that something divine is coming. That's why you're still here. That's why you haven't walked away. You can feel it. You know this message is not just spiritual. It's personal. It was built for you sentence by sentence with your name written in invisible ink behind every line. My beloved, this is where it changes. This is the moment where the old story is closed and a new one begins. You don't need to beg. You don't need to convince heaven to love you. You don't need to prove your worth. You just need to surrender your fear, your doubt, your past, and trust that the one who created you has never stopped preparing your future. There are scrolls with your destiny written in gold. They contain names of people you haven't met yet, opportunities you haven't seen, rooms you didn't even know you'd be invited into. And tonight, before midnight, those scrolls are being sealed and prepared for release. But the angels have been told to wait for you. They are watching. The wind is holding. The Spirit is hovering, and all of heaven is listening for your voice. My dear one, I don't need you to shout. I just need your yes. I need the whisper of a soul that dares to believe again. I need the agreement of a spirit that says, I will not go into this next year without God. That is what triggers the release. That is what finalizes the blessing. The power is not in your strength. It is in your surrender. And as soon as you open your mouth and declare, I receive what heaven has for me, the room you're in will become a sanctuary. The very atmosphere around you will shift because faith opens doors no man can shut. And in that moment, the angels who have stood by in silence will be released into action. They will deliver what was held. They will move what was stuck. They will restore what was lost. And child, you will feel it. My child, what's coming in the next 7 days will feel like a dream. Things you gave up on will suddenly reappear. People who left you without explanation will be replaced by divine relationships so pure you'll forget the pain. Financial burdens will start to melt in ways that don't make human sense. Ideas that were stuck will flow like rivers, and favor will begin to follow you like your own shadow. But none of it will come by accident. It will come because you responded. It will come because you believed. It will come because when the final call went out, you didn't ignore it. You listened. You received. You acted. And heaven marked you as faithful. This is not a reward for perfection. It is the reward for endurance. You stayed. And that, my beloved, is why you're about to be elevated. My beloved, I must now reveal something even deeper. Before the foundation of the world, there was a sound, a spiritual sound that was released over your life, a melody that was yours and yours alone. And everything beautiful that has ever happened to you, every moment of favor, every miracle, every divine connection was a response to that melody. But somewhere along the path, life tried to silence it. Pain tried to erase it. Betrayal tried to twist it. But God has just restored the sound. In the heavenly places, your name is now vibrating with a frequency of favor that no devil can block. The melody is back. The sound is alive. And because of that, doors that were closed will now open. Not because you knocked, but because your sound is finally recognized. My dear one, I must speak to the child in you. The one who still carries wounds you don't talk about. The one who had to grow up too fast. The one who was disappointed by people who should have protected you. That child is still alive. And heaven has not forgotten them. There is healing coming that will touch even that part of you. A supernatural restoration of innocence, trust, and joy. It will come in unexpected ways, a word from someone, a dream in the night, a moment of sudden peace. Don't question it when it happens. Just receive it, because healing doesn't always roar. It sometimes arrives quietly, and when it does, it rewrites the timeline of pain. It reshapes your future in such a way that your past no longer has power. And child, you deserve that freedom. My child, you are entering the year where the impossible bows to your faith. You are stepping into a season where delays will be turned into divine acceleration. But it will only happen if you stay aligned. Keep your eyes on God. Keep your ears open. And stay connected to the source of your instruction. Don't rush. Don't compare. Don't chase what wasn't assigned to you. You don't need to manipulate your way into rooms. The rooms God has for you are already opening. They've just been waiting for your maturity to match your calling. And now it does. The doors are ready. The path is clear. And heaven has said, "Send them through." My beloved, as this final moment comes to an end, I must give you one final image. In the spirit, I see a hand reaching out toward you. It is light itself, pure, strong, eternal. It's not just God's hand. It's His invitation. And in the palm of that hand is your name glowing with grace. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are not too broken. You are seen. You are chosen. You are loved. And if you accept this hand, if you place your life inside it and whisper yes one last time before midnight, everything will change. Not all at once, but all by design. Slowly, surely, powerfully, heaven will walk with you into the new. And child, the new is glorious. This is the final call. Will you answer it? My child, my beloved. In the next few minutes, the spiritual atmosphere will shift permanently. The light is intensifying. The sound of heaven is growing louder. The veil between realms is thinner than it has been all year. And in this rare window of holy grace, your name is still hanging in the balance. Not because you are being judged, but because you are being chosen. There is a recording angel beside you right now writing down your response. Not your words only, but your heart's agreement. The heavenly register is open, and I must tell you with trembling urgency, it will close at midnight. When the clock completes this cycle, the final chapter of this season will be sealed forever. And what you decide now will ripple into generations. You are not just making a choice for you. You are making a choice for those who come after you. Your obedience in this moment will protect children you haven't yet met, dreams you haven't yet seen, and doors you haven't yet walked through. But child, this is your moment. This is why you were led here. This is what your soul has been waiting for. My beloved, the oil of heaven is about to be poured. It is not the oil of man-made blessings. It is not the shallow joy that fades in trials. It is sacred and it is costly. This oil flows from the throne of the Most High, and it is only released during divine transitions like this one. And when it falls, it marks you forever. You will never walk the same. People will see you but not recognize the new weight on your life. You will speak and things will shift. You will touch and things will bloom. Not because of you but because of the one who lives within you. This oil comes not to give you fame but to give you favor that cannot be stolen. It is the kind of blessing that cannot be reversed, but it is reserved only for those who don't skip their moment. Your support really helps the channel grow. A $10 super thanks would mean a lot. Thanks. And beloved, your name is next on the list. My child, I must now show you what happens if you delay. If you say nothing, if you pretend this message was not for you, the scroll will be sealed, but your name will not be written on it. You will still be loved. You will still be watched over. But the weight of what was meant for you will be passed to another who dared to say yes. And you will begin the year wondering why it feels like something is missing. Because something will be not punishment but potential handed to someone who responded in your place. Please don't let that be your story. This message came too far. It was fought for. Heaven waited too long. The angels held the seal open just a few more moments for your final word. Speak it now. Whisper it in your heart. Let your spirit cry out, God, I surrender. I accept what you have prepared. I am ready. My dear one, this is where it ends and begins. You will never be the same after this. That ache in your chest, that undeniable fire you felt rising as you read is confirmation. It is the seal warming in your spirit. That seal will travel with you into the new year. It will rest upon your dreams. It will follow your footsteps. It will protect your voice. And it will announce you in rooms that once ignored you. You don't need to shout to be seen anymore. The glory on your life will speak louder than words. But stay humble. Stay anchored. Stay under heaven's instruction. For what is coming is heavy, and only those with yielded hearts will be able to carry it without breaking. My beloved, I see angels preparing to move. They are folding scrolls. They are closing books. They are whispering your name with reverence, waiting for one final nod from the Father. The glory cloud is shifting, moving toward those who said yes. You are among them. You stayed. You listened. You received. And now you will be marked in the coming days. Watch for signs. A light in someone's voice. A dream with color you've never seen before. An offer that seems too good to be true. A peace so deep it silences your anxiety. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. You will know. You will feel it in your soul. Heaven will begin showing you that this was real, that this was for you, that this was the moment you were written into the new. My child, my beloved, the time has come. The seal is closing. The scroll is almost complete. The light is fading as the gates begin to close gently. But before they do, God leans in one last time with a whisper so holy it fills the heavens. You are mine. I choose you, cover you, I bless you, and I will walk with you into every promise I've ever spoken over your life. And now it is done. You made it. The seal has been marked. Your name has been secured. Walk into the new year not as someone hoping, but as someone chosen. It is written. It is sealed. It is done. My child, my beloved, heaven is now still. The storm of decision has passed. The thunder has quieted. And now you stand in the aftermath of spiritual war, not with bruises, but with blessings. You may not see it yet, but the moment your heart said yes, something irreversible took place in the realms above. A golden mark was placed upon your name. The angels rejoiced. The heavens sighed in relief because you made it. You survived what was meant to bury you. You endured what was designed to break you. And now you are crossing over. This is not the start of a new year. This is the start of a new era for your life, for your family, for everything you touch. My beloved, I want you to feel the stillness that comes after surrender. That deep calm inside your chest. That isn't just relief. That is glory. You've been carrying weight for so long. You forgot what peace feels like. But peace is returning. And not just for a moment, but for a season. A long blooming season of rest, provision, and radiant clarity. Confusion is breaking. Loneliness is lifting. The wandering is ending. You will not be chasing signs anymore because signs will follow you. Miracles will greet you at your doorstep. The very air around you will feel different. Not because the world has changed, but because you have changed. And when God changes a person from the inside, nothing outside can stay the same. My dear one, I want you to know that I, Michael, have finished my assignment. I came to deliver this message, and now that it has been spoken, I will stand guard over the promise. You will not walk into the new unprotected. You are not alone. There are angels stationed around your next chapter. Your home is being watched. Your feet are being guided. Your name has been added to the roster of those marked for divine manifestation. And every plan that was prepared in secret to sabotage your joy has now been canceled by heaven's court. The case is closed. The accuser has been silenced. The blessing is active. All because you said yes. My child, I leave you now with this vision. I see you walking, not running, not striving, just walking, confident, clothed in peace, with light around your feet. You're not chasing money. You're not chasing love. You're not chasing approval. You're walking in alignment, and everything you need is drawn to you. A wind is behind you. A gate is before you. And your name echoes in the halls of favor. There will be tears of joy. There will be laughter that feels like healing. There will be days where you say, I didn't even pray for this, and yet God still gave it to me. That's what happens when a child returns home. That's what happens when heaven secures your name. My beloved, the countdown is complete. The scroll has been sealed. The angels are departing with joy. And your name is written, glowing, permanent, protected. Now go walk into your destiny. Everything has changed forever.